Winston Churchill, one of the most iconic figures of the 20th century, is often remembered as the embodiment of British resilience. The image of Churchill as the British Bulldog, unyielding, fiercely determined, and steadfast in the face of adversity, has become inseparable from the story of Britain's struggle during World War II. But was this reputation truly reflective of the man himself? Or is it a product of myth-making and wartime propaganda? The roots of Churchill's Bulldog nickname can be traced to both his personal demeanor and the broader context of his times. The Bulldog, a symbol of British tenacity, was a breed known for its courage and refusal to back down, even when outmatched. As the Second World War unfolded, Britain stood virtually alone against Nazi Germany, and the public needed a symbol, someone who could personify the nation's resolve. Churchill, with his stocky build, dogged persistence, and famously defiant speeches, fit the role perfectly. Churchill's leadership style was certainly marked by an unrelenting determination. When he became prime minister in May 1940, Britain faced some of its darkest days. The fall of France was imminent, and Hitler's forces seemed unstoppable. Many in the government considered negotiation or even surrender, but Churchill refused. His speeches, delivered in a deep, gravelly voice, rang with phrases like, "We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall never surrender." These words did more than rally Parliament. They emboldened a nation under siege. This unyielding spirit was very much in keeping with the Bulldog imagery. Yet, to view Churchill solely through this lens is to miss the complexity of his character. The image of the Bulldog is one of single-minded aggression, but Churchill was far from one-dimensional. He was a man of intellect, a prolific writer, and a keen strategist. He could be charming and witty, with a love of painting and history. He was also deeply emotional, known to shed tears during moments of both triumph and tragedy. His leadership was not just about brute force, it was about inspiring hope, using words as weapons, and calculating when to advance and when to wait. It's also worth noting that the Bulldog persona was, in part, cultivated. Churchill understood the power of imagery and symbolism. The famous photographs of him with a cigar clenched between his teeth, bowler hat perched atop his head, were carefully curated to project strength and defiance. Cartoonists of the era often depicted him as a literal bulldog, reinforcing this association in the public's mind. This branding helped unify the British people and reassure them that their leader would not waver, no matter the odds. However, Churchill's stubbornness, while an asset in wartime, could also be a liability. His doggedness sometimes crossed into inflexibility. He held on to colonial ideals and made controversial decisions, such as his handling of the Bengal famine and his opposition to Indian independence, which have drawn significant criticism. In these areas, the Bulldog's refusal to yield may have done more harm than good. In the end, the nickname the Bulldog captures an important aspect of Winston Churchill's legacy, but it is only part of the story. His true greatness lay not just in his refusal to surrender, but in his ability to inspire, adapt, and lead a nation through its darkest hour. Churchill was indeed a bulldog in his resolve, but he was also a man of depth, vision, and at times, doubt. The legend endures, but the reality is even more compelling. An imperfect man who, when history demanded it, became the symbol of a nation's unbreakable spirit.